The April PTR for New World is here, and it's literally all just pretty much bug fixes. Now, some of you may be disappointed in thinking that PvP arenas were going to be coming in this patch. No, we pretty much all thought that it was going to be May, and well, this essentially confirms it. And when I say that this PTR is pretty much all bug fixes, like, I'm not joking around. There's very little like quality of life mentions even, and there's obviously no like real content. Now that may sound disappointing, but I actually think it's quite a good thing. So let's have a look at the main ones, if there are any main ones. As ever, I'm not going to sit here and just read through every single thing. I'm just going to pick the main ones and we'll talk about them. I've seen people talking about this quite a bit, but it never really bothered me. I think this is basically going to be where they fix it so that when you're loading in from like a teleport, that the world isn't still loading, you'll actually stay in the loading screen. It was always just a visual thing, it never really bothered me, but it's nice that they're fixing it. They're fixing an issue where you can't body block some bosses in expeditions. The main one that like springs to my mind is the frog boss in Genesis. Well, needed fixing, so it's about time. The two things when it comes to this exploration tab, Wrathbones will only spawn at level 66 in zones that go above 60 plus. I don't know about that. I've literally never seen them in game, but I think that's probably a good change. But the one that really springs to my mind, which is very small, is that the small sized flint objects will no longer have player collision. So you're not going to get stuck on little rocks. I don't know why. I just sort of enjoyed that being in there. Now they keep using the phrase desync just in quite a lot of little bits. I'm not sure how much is going to be relevant. I would suspect that this will basically be the patch of the desync. We'll have to wait and see. Nothing here just says like, hey, the desync is going to get fixed. And it literally just looked like that text in front of me just changed, but I'm pretty sure it's probably okay. Fixed a slight stutter desync when moving and casting spells. As I said, I think just a lot of little fixes like that, all about desync, that I'm sure will all add up in the end. One which seems to like really annoy me is that they fixed an issue with the Great Axe weapon perk Insatiable Gravwell that caused inconsistent activation and no visual effects. Either it just feels like sometimes I throw my Gravwell and it just never actually appears, but maybe it's something to do with me having this perk and hopefully that's all sorted. So the Blackguard weapons have been changed. Like it all over, it's here, it's happened, it is what it is. And as I said, just lots of little like desync phrases coming up in some of the fixes. A lot of the ones with the Great Axe seems to come from Charge for me, but here they said they fixed one related to Reap, and you can sort of just pick up some of the keywords and see that desync is getting mentioned quite a lot. Weapon fixes and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure you're all interested if you play that weapon, but I mean, it is what it is. One small slight thing, it's not really a big thing, is that the hidden stashes can now only be collected from gatherable items that require tools, so you're not going to get them from like bushes and stuff like that. I mean, a minor change, but fine. Now apparently this was on the last PTR, but I never saw it. The replicas of named items from the Tempest Heart expedition can now be crafted. That sounds cool. I'm not sure what the material you use to craft it. I don't know if that's dropping in Tempest Heart already or what have you, but yeah, people will like that because the stuff looks cool. There is a little bit of quality of life. I think I said there's literally none. Well, it's very minor, but let's just have a look through them. When entering a settlement or outpost and you open the map, well, you'll now be zoomed in. Nice. But I have to say the rest of these quality of life changes are so minor that I can't even like begin to just read them out. I just feel like I will be bored just doing that. So if you're the kind of person who's that interested, go and read it for yourself is what I would say here. I am vaguely interested in this one though. Chat, increase the legibility of system messages and faction messages in chat. Now the faction message one is important for me. I hope they're doing something with the Marauders, because the Marauder green just blends into the background way too easily for my liking, and I don't know, it just really bugs me. But I didn't really touch on that many like fixes and corrections there, but if you look through it, there obviously is quite a lot. They're just sort of so minor that I don't know what else to say about it. It really doesn't feel like a PTR, a monthly patch. It feels more like a weekly patch, you know, just sort of buffed out, which is fine. I hope that they spend this time to actually fix a lot of the desync issues and fix a lot of the main core problems of the game. They were never going to like do major design changes in this patch. That's not what I think they were planning, but as long as they get a lot of these bugs nailed down and people are actually happy to play the game, people will stick around and be happy. Better to do this now before we actually get the PvP arenas and when people will literally kick off if they like, you know, get beat because of a flaw in the game. We do not want to see that, and I'm sure the developers do not want to see that either. However, as I said, they acknowledge that it's not like feature rich, content rich. They're not even trying to do that, and the PTR is actually going to be a lot shorter, so we can expect we'll get the patch a bit quicker. And we can read it here. Please keep in mind that due to the smaller size of this patch and the focus of the direct quality of life changes instead of large new features. This stability test will run significantly shorter than our traditional early access PTR testing for more substantial updates. Basically, hey, we know there's not like a great deal in it. Please just get in it quickly, test it, and we'll get it live a lot quicker than our usual like 2, 3 week, 4 week cycle kind of thing. And it's going up for preload tonight, and you'll be able to play it first thing tomorrow if you're in the Pacific time. However, it's actually like at evening in the UK. But I might not even go on it myself. There's just going to be not that much to like look at, so I'll probably not even test it myself, unfortunately. Now there is another bit of news, which is Rabbids Revenge, which is a little bit of an Easter thing that they are doing, running between the 12th of April and the 25th of April, which, you know, basically there's going to be some corrupted rabbits. You're going to kill them, and you're going to get some gypsum drops, probably like the Christmas ones, although I'm not sure if that's a little bit different from the harvesting ones. We'll have to wait and see. I can't remember if the harvesting ones are diamond or not, or if it's some of the different kind of gypsum. Either way, it's not that important. However, you can get up to 5 luck increasing consumables. I'm presuming probably not as powerful as the giant turkey leg, but it's nice that that's coming into the game. And yeah, I look forward to killing some rabbits. That sounds so weird, but they're corrupted at least, so I can feel good about this one. But overall, yeah, not that interesting of a PTR. It's not designed to be, it's not sexy, it's not cool, it's probably not that interesting, but it is necessary, unfortunately, because, you know, we all don't want to play with a game with like a shed ton of bugs and a shed ton of issues. And if this all gets sorted before we have PvP arenas, well, that's good and that's great. I sort of suspect that this will mean we'll get a longer PTR when we get the PvP arenas, because they'll really want to make sure that that works before it goes live, because I feel like that's going to get a lot of eyes back onto the game. However, this is a more like, hey, we need to do this, put up with it, it is what it is, it's going to run for a short period of time if you can be bothered to get in and test it. But yeah, that's it. I didn't like, there's a shed ton of little bug fixes. If there's something amazing that I missed, do let me know. I'm not going to sit there and just read them all. I'll leave the link in the description if I can remember. Like and subscribe. Have a most beautiful day. Come follow me on Twitch. Goodbye.